Alrighty. What a beautiful day. What's up, Sumodro? Yeah. I love prioritizing health. I really do. You know, I've been pretty introspective today, and it's been good. It's been a good thing. Just letting my ring hand breathe a little bit. Sometimes in the heat it gets kind of big, but that's okay. Let it breathe for a sec. Yeah, see a little ring pressure right there. So that's fine. No, I've just been kind of, I noticed that appearance is prioritized over health all over the place. I don't know what the advantage is there. I don't know what game you're trying to play or win. It's not winnable. If you want the benefits of being healthy, then you have to actually put in the work. If you want muscles, then you need to actually do the exercises. If you want to look young, you need to be young at heart. I get that a lot. I assume it's just lip service at this point. I don't need compliments. I never did. I need actual inclusion and health. So that's it. I just want to be healthy on all aspects. I want the best that I'm doing to actually be reciprocated. You know what I mean? So it's not going to happen here, and that's okay. I'll take what you want to take and see what you want to see, and that's not up to me. This is kind of like pop music and kind of the state of the world in general. You want the appearance of being healthy, but you're not willing to do what's actually healthy in order to earn it. So, yeah, that's weird. It's a weird choice. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, health is should be the goal. Health is wealth. But when we're paving the path and replacing the fencing on the backstop and dugouts that nobody's used or sat in for who knows how long. I've never seen anybody sit there, and I've been here for over a week, I think. It's okay, you make the garbage can even less accessible because the bench that is actually used, you have to walk to the dugout that nobody uses in order to... you make everything inconvenient, and there's still no soap dispenser in the men's room. Health code violation, but that's totally cool. Okay, I'm living pop music. And that's what I just wrote in my diary. Pop star life is a hell that would claim me. I admire you more than I can say. Writing it to who, because that is my... Yeah, she's incredible. But it's the same lesson. But I choose health, and I know other people do too, and I champion that. When I saw that guy walking around in the Mario shirt, and he took a break and everything, that's totally cool, man. Go at your pace. That's always been my thing. When I was an MPA instructor, that was always our thing. Go at your own pace. We're not here to judge you, and so we're not here to, we hold our own standards high, but we don't expect that of anybody else. I just expect honesty. Actual honesty, not retaliation and doing what you think I'm doing, which is not what I'm actually doing. I'm saying that you are very unhealthy and not prioritizing health, and then you get offended because it's true. That's not the same thing. Your needs are not being met because you refuse to meet them. It's a weird choice. So, it's just the same thing, in physical terms, emotional terms, mental terms. That's why I don't believe in mental illness at all. It's needs not being met, and they are your responsibility. It's that simple. If you want to, be a healthy weight, not lose, or, if you want to be within the parameters that your body requires for optimum performance, then you need to listen to your body. instead of neglecting it. You know, it's that simple. If you don't want pinched nerves in your back, then like get up and stretch it once in a while. Go on a walk around, go outside once in a while. You know? So, take nothing for granted. So, that's where I'm at. You know, I've just been kind of taking a little bit of a break from songwriting just because, you know, day of rest. You know what I mean? It's Saturday, but whatever. Tomorrow's Sunday, and it, I think, is Father's Day weekend, so happy birthday, birth dad. What do I know about him? Well, that's where the name Resonant Ghost came from, actually. So, story time. I actually want to honor the dead, like I'm doing with Brenda. Actually, like, you know, I know nothing. You know, I see a plaque, and I know her name, and, you know, palindrome of 18 and 81. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll look up that year just to have some facts to talk with her next time I go there, and just be like, hey, did you know in 1881 this happened and stuff like that? You probably did, because, you know, I don't know. Maybe you were interested in that, maybe not, but I think it's cool. It's a little dot that I can connect with you, you know what I mean? Be curious, and, you know, just do stuff that's kind and effective for healthy relationships. Just kind of doing the same thing with my birth dad. Like, he died in 2002 in January, and the only thing that I really knew about him, other than like stories from my birth mom, was it did not sound like a good guy, by the way. I don't condone that, but I had nothing to do with it. I always like to try and, what's up, Sumodoro? I'm assuming maybe you're Seto, I don't know. What's up, Pandoko? I'll just call you all three, whatever. God, I love them so much. But I started writing him letters. There was a website which kind of informed what I'm going to do with Brenda. So if you do or did know Brenda Boucher, I'm going to set up an email. I'm not even going to read them. You know, just like send an attachment of a Word document of like your favorite memories and what you remember her loving in life. Things that she really liked. Maybe you knew what her dreams were, and we need to make them come true. That's honoring the dead. It's not a freaking plaque in memory of. And, you know, again, I don't make any assumptions, but like if I'm not liking the rope right next to it, that's not a... Anyway, I hope that's not it, because that's not okay. That is tone deaf in a really, really bad way. They need to be remembered for beautiful things and included in life. If they had a tragic exit, then we need to include them afterward. That's what honor is. You don't erase them from memory and then just be like, we're honoring the dead. So, you know, with Uwe, his name was Uwe Karsten, cool. Born in Landstuhl, Germany, in the late 60s, I believe. But, yeah, I mean, there was a memorial site for him and then some of their friends. SLC punk types, actually. Like, yeah, cool, dude. I remember watching that with my friend in, God, we were young. Couldn't have been like 7th grade, maybe. Yeah, I remember watching that and just be like, yeah, that's cool, man. It felt like us. My friend at the time and I, we were just like, we were that type. We were even like hanging out with punks. It was so cool. Like, to find out that my dad was actually like associated with SLC punks, yeah, that's freaking rad, dude. So I like that. I'll take it. But yeah, they did a little in memorial thing, and it's still up. Yeah, I mean, you can search it. It's Uwe Karsten cool, and you know, it was just like his birth date, death date, and then this weird random quote. Very synesthetic. I don't remember what it was, but it was like the colors of reality taste something when something. I thought it was cool because that kind of stuff is like a Japanese koan where it unlocks your mind a little bit in a way that you can't go back, and I like that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I think it was into drugs or something. That's fine. Whatever. I've got good drug stories. I've got really good, uplifting, like life-changing drug stories, and that was the point of my doing them. And I'm done. Like, I don't need them anymore. I had my fun. We're good. You know what I mean? So, and then that was it. And so when I was in Seattle, toward the end, I just started writing letters to him. Just as an exercise to, like, I don't know. Same thing I'm doing with Brenda. Sharing things about me and, like, hey, I get that you're really misunderstood. Like, all the stories that I've got of you are, like, they're not great. It makes me not proud to be your son. But, I always want to try compassion, despite what it looks or sounds like to people who care about appearances over health, which does not impress me. But, I don't remember any of it now. Like, those notebooks are long gone. I have no freaking idea. But, yeah, that's where Resonant Ghost came from. What memories do we want resonating with our names? That's how we live. Those are the memories we choose to create. That's how we honor the dead. What did they want? What did they love in the world? What did they want to see happen? What did they want to experience? Great. Let's let them experience that now, at least in name. Like, I have no idea if Brenda likes acoustic guitar, but hell, it's what I've got, it's my talent, and I'm sharing it with her. That's what love does. It's like, this is a memory worth having. This is a memory worth sharing and creating. So I'm going to share it with you, even if nobody else even notices your plaque. You know what I mean? People do, of course, like, but, are they asking questions? Are they trying to, like, get to know her at all? Are they, I don't know. So I try to be the best example that I can because I believe in honoring the dead no matter what. I mean, unless they're, like, complete no thanks, but, you were alive. We have the same source material. I don't pretend to know, like, hear her voice or, like, get impressions or anything. No, it's like me literally talking to a rock. That's what it is. I just am compassionate and creative, and it's just it. I ask good questions. I ask questions that are healthy for communication and healthy for relationships. I don't necessarily have much of that around here because everybody focuses on appearance over health, just like in pop music. And I don't know how the hell Lindsay has navigated that for so long by herself, being the only pirate at the party, being the only one looking for treasure in life and finding it and having nobody to really share it with. That's why the Providence house is going to be colored the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome to my pirate ship, hun. Yeah. So there's a reason for stuff. There's a reason for everything. But yeah, that's that. So I prioritize health no matter what because the effort is worth it and it's worth the effort. The benefits of learning how to communicate healthy, be fearless in truth-telling and be able to handle the truth even if it's not, like, full of sugar. Candy's okay once in a while, dudes. It's okay, but to expect that as meals, you're insane. Y'all be the delusional ones. You want the benefits of health, but you're not willing to do anything to get it. And that's delusion. That is not how reality works. I don't judge. I tell you the way life is, and y'all just take it personally. And I'm the one being judged as not being able to enjoy love and belonging. I'm the one that does not, like, I'm literally cast out. So, yeah. Pot calling the crow black. At least you know your colors. Sumodoro agrees. What's up, dude? Love Sumodoro. So, yeah, that's that. Yeah. So, this is uncomfortable. But yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. You know, I insist on being able to be healthy in every single aspect of life, and I'm not letting anything get in the way. That's a choice. You know, spiritual health is a choice, and it has nothing to do with getting dressed up and going to a building. That never happened. That has never been a thing. Churches should be viewed like gyms. They really should. So, you know, you get in your gym gear, but you can work out in anything. Like, when I had access to weights, I didn't care if I was in jean shorts or jeans or whatever, sweats, or, you know, what I'm wearing now. You can pick things up and put things down no matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter. That never mattered. So, stop buying into marketing and Kool-Aid. You know, be actual human beings. Be an adult. Figure things out. Like, figure out, oh yeah, I can do the things no matter what I'm dressed in. Maybe I show up tomorrow, but guess what clothes I have access to? It's gonna make people uncomfortable, and I don't care. You know, if I choose to be spiritually healthy and wanting to connect meaningfully as I do, I deserve that right. And so do you. I choose to include people. They choose to write themselves out of my life, and that's a weird choice. But, you know, there are plenty of people around here who are really good-hearted. You know, I see them all the time. You know, tons. You know, anybody who I see is, you know, I always start off with meaningful connection and trying. Sometimes it is just like, you know, giving a compliment, and I don't know how you guys give compliments as, I guess, flattery or sugarcoating stuff, but, like, I actually mean that. You know, I say what I mean. And then if I'm wrong, and if I know I'm wrong, then I do apologize. You know, I try to make things right. I try to make things healthy. You know, with the blood pH thing, you know, that's 7.4. Plus or minus, like, nothing. Like, it is super narrow. Your blood pH goes plus or minus whatever, you're having health, like, emergencies. And it's the same thing with social health and emotional health and everything. Like, mental health is not a solo project. I've been saying that for years too, but you guys believe in mental illness and putting all the burden on specific people with diagnoses. Many of you have those common diagnoses and wonder why you have them. Well, it's because you don't acknowledge your own value. You don't learn how to communicate your needs. I'm speaking from experience. You know, you might want to listen, but that's okay. If you made it like 18 minutes in so far, you are. So, like, awesome. Thank you. That's okay. You know, I prioritize health over anything else, and that's it. I want to have full control over my entire health. That's it. You know? Full belly. You know, enough energy to take care of what I need to, you know, get where I'm going on foot. I am Sosogoi. I am those who walk on foot, travel on foot, or whatever. You know, so this is my, I'm viewing this like I did jail. You know, this is volunteer work. This is my baptism into being spiritually native, in a sense. Spiritually Muslim, in a sense. Choosing health and doing everything I can to include and share, but also, like, all right, y'all are, like, disrespecting the space. You need to, like, shape up or leave. You know, like the Shoshone. They didn't take any crap, and, you know, because white men had guns, they don't have their spirit anymore. So, I refuse to celebrate war. That's not honor. There is no honor in death. There is no honor in tragedy. You tragedy addicts are out of your goddamn minds. Like, yeah, you need to get healthy. That's all I'm doing. I'm inviting everybody to health. So, yep, that's about it. All right, one more story time. I gotta introduce the world to Lavinia on the other one.